In the great performance center of life, our activities characterize us. This is a strong update from the unemotional scholar Marcus Aurelius, that our activities talk stronger than our words. It is said that what drives activity is inspiration, and what spurs inspiration is feeling. However, what happens when that fire glimmers and cars? How would we inspire ourselves to act? At the point when motivation appears to be as distant as the stars, we've all had times when our energy drops and our objectives appear to be far off, not on the grounds that we don't need them, but since we don't have the close to home drive to pursue them. In these times, emotionlessness can assist us with tracking down our direction. Emotionlessness' profound lessons push us to look past our changing feelings and find a more profound, more steady drive inside. As the emotionless savant Seneca once said, plans fizzle since they have no point. When a man doesn't have the foggiest idea what harbor he is making for, no wind is the right wind. This is a call to characterize our motivation, set our sights on our own harbor, and explore the oceans of existence earnestly. And Insight Smarts accompany me as we check out these 7 emotionless examples. Everyone will assist you with getting better at making a move on your own. We should take a gander at the indifferent approach to escape a funk, adjust our perspectives, and flash the flares of self-propelled reason. In these examples, we'll figure out how to put together our activities with respect to unemotional ideals, which will assist us with becoming strong enough to not allow our feelings to hinder our objectives. However, before we do that, I need to provoke you to remain tuned until the end and not miss any of the examples on your excursion of self-revelation. Today, acknowledge this emotionless guidance and let it show you the method for actioning self-improvement and a day-to-day existence lived with unfaltering resolve. Number 1, teach yourself. Having poise, the underpinning of indifferent way of thinking, goes about as a signal encouraging us to make a move and arrive at our fullest potential. Marcus Aurelius pushed for this restrained command over one's viewpoints and activities, saying that having the option to control how we respond to life ups, what's more, downs, is a definitive opportunity. In the hug of self-restraint, we don't feel the chains of constraint, however the wings of opportunity, pushing us to act not on impulses, but rather with reason and reason. Yet, how does self-control draw out this drive to act? Continue on past the constraints of inaction. It begins with perceiving our power, the quiet disclosure that we have the ability to control our own lives. Through self-control, we have some control over our inclinations, needs and fears, making them work for us. It resembles having a consistent hand that leads us back to our street when different things come up. Self-restraint implies ensuring that our activities are in accordance with our more prominent qualities to create self-restraint, a steady revisitation of what is great and ideal. Individuals ought to pay attention to the gathering of Epictetus, which said that doing beneficial things again and again until they become natural is insightful. Beginning every day by contemplating your convictions, laying out objectives that are in accordance with your most prominent standards, and doing things that test your resolution in little reasonable ways will assist you with turning out to be better at self-guideline over the long haul. It is through these day-to-day demonstrations of discipline that a major embroidery of character is made, one great string at a time. The Stoic excursion to self-control is set apart by seasons of battle, surrendering and beginning once again. Seneca, who had a sharp comprehension of the human condition, saw the worth in these preliminaries. He said that we are cleaned and more grounded when we face our shortcomings in the searing preliminary of our determination. Seneca's examples on self-restraint talk address the strength of the human soul, asking us to rise each time we fall, ever commit, focused on the way of progress. Consequently, self-control arises not as a simple strategy for efficiency, but rather as a significant otherworldly practice, a guarantee to residing as one with the normal request and our place inside. It's the calm determination to act with uprightness, to respect our responsibilities to ourselves and others, and to seek after our objectives with unfaltering devotion in pondering the apathetic illustrations of self-restraint, we are called to ask ourselves how should we brace our purpose to act in what ways could we at any point adjust our day-to-day rehearses with the ideals we hold dear. Let us recall that in the development of self-restraint led the way to opening our actual potential to changing thought right into it and desires into reality. It is through self-restraint that we cut away through the world of life directed by the existence of emotionless insight toward an eventual fate through our own effort rich with reason and harmony. Apathetic idea depends on discipline, which assists individuals with controlling themselves, go with savvy choices, and discover a true sense of reconciliation. As the unemotional saw it, genuine opportunity comes from the inside and must be reached by being extremely severe with yourself, by controlling our urges, needs. Furthermore, reactions we fabricate major areas of strength for that can deal with the preliminaries of life. With quiet grasping the idea of control, the emotionless pressure, the contrast between what we have some control over and what we can't. Monitoring this assists us with zeroing in on things we can change, like our states of mind, ways of behaving, and considerations. Help yourself frequently to remember the things you have control over. At the point when you're in an extreme position, pause for a minute to contemplate whether it's something you can change rather than attempting to control what occurs beyond you. Center around how you respond. Being mindful is a significant piece of being self-focused. Monitoring our sentiments and contemplations can assist us with sorting out what sets off our programmed responses. Think about your day or compose in a book to monitor your activities and contemplations. Wonder why you're doing and thought process about whether it fits with your ethics and long-haul objectives. Use what you've realized to settle on more astute decisions. Acknowledge your aggravation. As per the Stoics, issues and agony are opportunities to develop. By deliberately going through torment, we make ourselves more grounded and stronger. Consolidate little feasible agonies into your day-to-day existence. This could mean cleaning up, not eating, or working out. These propensities will assist you with becoming acclimated to being awkward over the long run, making you more ready to manage more concerning issues. Make your needs and objectives clear. Having clear needs and objectives assists us with remaining focused and finish when our activities are in accordance with our long-haul objectives. We are more averse to surrender to inclinations or interruptions. Record your long-haul objectives and gap them into steps that you can bring. Sort your positions into gatherings. In light of how significant and dire they are, watch out for your work and make changes to your arrangements on a case-by-case basis to keep focused. Force to your understanding and assurance. To be focused, we should be patient and ready to adhere to our objectives in any event. When things turn out badly, the Stoics instruct that staying with something in any event when things get hard is significant for self-improvement and satisfaction. Laying out reasonable objectives for your development will assist you with being more understanding when issues come up. Recollect yourself that difficulties are a typical piece of the excursion. Stay devoted to your targets and consider each issue to be an opportunity to get more grounded in your determination. As per unemotional thoughts, training yourself implies finding out about control, turning out to be more mindful, tolerating inconvenience, having clear objectives, and creating tolerance and tirelessness. By doing these things consistently, you can train your psyche to be engaged and ready to handle the difficulties of existence with effortlessness and strength. Number to stop putting things off and being lethargic. Delaying and lethargy are two things that frequently impede our emotionless excursion toward intelligence and ideals. These aren't only issues with our errands, they're additionally issues with our very improvement as reasonable and temperate individuals. We pick the easy way out on the grounds that it's more straightforward, and that implies that our most noteworthy possible experiences in the shadows of inaction. This extravagance, this split the difference. Easily overexertion pulls us from our actual way, leaving our objectives as apparitions not too far off, consistently apparent, yet never connected, of reach yet there. is a strong counteractant to this. In the unemotional practice, the way to beating hesitation and apathy isn't some secretive information, yet in the standards of aloofness itself, perceiving that the current second is all we have, and that it is at this time that we have the ability to pick the harder directly over the more straightforward wrong. In his viewpoints, Marcus Nom de Plume advised us to experience every day as though it were our last, letting us know that demise doesn't stand by, so neither would it be advisable for us when we do our benefit deeds. Epictetus, with his exceptional qualities, clearness, instructed us that we are the bosses of our own destinies, and that the things we truly do shape who we are. He encouraged us to see propensities like putting things off and being lethargic not as propensities, but rather as decisions against our higher nature, decisions to be short of what we are fit for being. To beat these propensities, we should welcome distress as a companion and a development impetus, and take care of our responsibilities with care and reason, saying or to offers direction, stressing the quickness of life and the indiscretion of delaying our undertakings. He saw that while we are determined in safeguarding our property from burglary, we permit others, and without a doubt ourselves, to take our experience without risk of punishment. To check this, Seneca educates a day-to-day existence concerning request, where every day is dispensed deliberately and interruptions are perceived for the cheats they are. In this manner, to conquer lingering and sluggishness, we should develop an unemotional mentality. We should embrace discipline not as a weight, but rather as a freedom. We should rehearse care, living completely in each undertaking. Furthermore, in particular, we should recollect that our time is limited, that every second wasted is a second lost to prudence and accomplishment, as we endeavor to liberate ourselves from the shackles of inaction. Allow us to cling tightly to the emotionless standards of intentional living, psyche, fuel activity. Furthermore, the constant quest for temperance. In doing so, we not just rise above, proc.